What's up everyone, it's Adam from Life of Adam. Today I'm back with a brand new lifeguarding video for you all. If you guys are new to the channel, I make a bunch of lifeguarding content about how to pass the course, how to pass the pretest, basically everything you need to know about passing the lifeguarding course. So definitely consider subscribing and liking the video if you're new to the channel. Also, if you need help passing the lifeguard swim test on your first try, basically the pretest at the beginning of the course, I have made a course on Teachable. The link's down below in the description, and I guarantee if you sign up for that, you watch all my videos, you read all my PowerPoint slides, you will pass 100%, so you won't have to worry about spending money and not passing. Now today's video is gonna be very helpful. It doesn't matter if you're a beginner lifeguard, a very experienced lifeguard, or intermediate. So I'm gonna be talking about how to lifeguard very busy pools. I'm talking like a hot summer day, a pool is like absolutely packed. I know it's recommended it's like one lifeguard per every 20-ish people. I'm talking about like tons of swimmers, limited staff. You're working at your job and you wanna make sure that everything's okay. You get paid, you go home, nothing happens, you don't have to jump in and make any saves. So today I'm gonna give you some tips on how to do that. So the first thing you need to recognize, obviously it's given to you when you work at a certain facility, is that you need to know your role and your responsibilities. So in this case, let's just pretend it's like total coverage. So you're responsible for the entire pool. You don't have that much help. You don't have any other lifeguard on duty with you. You're just responsible for everything. So we're gonna talk as if it's like a worst case scenario so that you can implement all these tactics so you can handle basically everything. So when you're doing total coverage and you're responsible for a lot of people, what you have to remember that even things outside of the pool are still things you should be paying attention to. So I'm not just saying like, okay, if it's a rectangular pool, you have to just like look in that rectangle, below the surface, above the surface, and that's it. You have to pay attention to what's happening behind you, on the side of the pool, who's entering, who's leaving. You always wanna keep note of activity throughout the entire fenced in pool. I remember when I lifeguarded like private events and like sleepovers and like parties and campouts and stuff like that. And the majority of the activity was like behind my lifeguard stand, underneath my lifeguard stand, because we had like a big tower. Just like people running around, playing with tennis balls, just like grabbing onto each other. It was pretty hectic. So you have to remember, even though they're not considered quote unquote swimmers, you have to make sure that everything is under control. So moving on to swimmers, you wanna get into a habit, you wanna get into a rhythm of what your like scanning pattern is. So obviously it's personalized. You can do any type of eye pattern. You can go up and down, left to right. You can go like zigzag, it doesn't matter, but you just wanna keep scanning the pool, keep taking into account everything that's going on behind you, around you, even on the pool deck, and you want to like get into a rhythm of identifying things that could be hazards. Now, you do not wanna be shy. You do not wanna be shy blowing the whistle, especially if it's very busy. If you have to, you can just howl on it, get everyone's attention, they'll all just stop and look at you, but it's better than sitting back and waiting for things to happen, which forces you to have to like jump in and make a save. And during a very crowded pool, a very crowded swim time, getting into the pool and entering the pool to make a save can be very annoying because a lot of people are just in your way. You can't like jump on anyone. So you have to wait for the waist clear, you have to enter the pool, you have to make the save, and everyone's just in your way. So that's a nightmare situation. You have to be able to enforce rules and to identify things that could escalate. That's like the key to all of this. Now, another tip is to set the tone. This is by far the most valuable tip. If you give them the impression that they can get away with doing things and that you don't really care, they will take that and they will mess around and they'll have fun and they'll spin around, do flips, grab onto their friends, tackle each other. Like they'll do that. That's what just kids do. That's what just like teenagers do. So what I used to do is when I had a big party, I would sit them all down. I would tell them the pool rules just for like literally a minute because I don't want to waste their time and get them bored. The goal of this is to signal to them like, hey, like I'm not playing around. Like if you don't listen to me, you're out of the pool. Now, I don't want to be mean and like prevent them from having fun. But what this does is it makes it a lot easier for me because if there's tons of people, it's not a very advantageous position to be in for me. And I just want to make sure everyone's under control and knows in their head, like I shouldn't be doing this. That's key, just to get that in their head that if you do this, you will get called out for it. You're not allowed to do this. So that's very important to just communicate that at the beginning of the swim or maybe like during the swim if you see them and you want to tell them what they're doing wrong. Now, another tip is to move around. If there's a lot of people swimming in a tight area and you try to get someone's attention and you don't know their name, it's very hard to like single out someone and say, hey, I'm talking to you, not you, not you. You know what I mean? Like everyone's gonna look at you and be like, who are you talking to me? Like, no, you're not, stuff like that. So in order to get someone's attention in a big group, move around, tap them on the shoulder, just maintain eye contact. What I like to do is I like to do laps around the pool. Obviously you wanna stay in a position where you can see everything because when you're not on an elevated station, it's hard to see all areas of the pool, especially if you're in total coverage. But I like to move around, I like to be active. That kind of lets people know like, okay, this lifeguard's like doing his job. He's responsible. He's making sure everyone in every single section is like cooperating because he's surveying everything and he's moving around. So that's a very good impression. Even like very immature kids, when they're having fun, it's just kind of like when you're at school. If the teacher's close to you, you're not gonna like fool around. So just kind of like evenly go around the pool. No one's gonna really do anything right in front of you. And if they do, it's gonna be very easy to stop because you're within like a very short distance of them, so they'll know you're talking to them. So those are some tips to help you guys lifeguard a pool that's very busy, so that you don't have to make any saves. You can just prevent anything from happening, and you can just go home nice and dry, because the worst thing is you jump in and it's like fall and winter time, especially like if you're like New England like me and you're like freezing. So I'm obviously talking about like indoor pools, like you're freezing, you're on your way home, it's cold outside, you catch a cold. So this is a great video just to understand the importance of stopping things before they escalate, and just how to stay cool and how to survey a pool when there's a ton of people in a tightly packed space. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Definitely like and subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I'll see you all in the next upload. Thanks so much for watching. Peace out.